Hello, my name's Mel Ashworth and welcome to Coffee with the Councillor. I have the pleasure of interviewing the Mayor of Weston, Councillor Cyril King. Hello, Councillor. Welcome to the show. Now, can I ask you a few questions? How should I address you? As Mayor? As Councillor?
Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Mayor, fine.
Okay, fabulous. Mr. Mayor, how long have you been Mayor of Weston then?
Coming up into my 3rd month now.
Right,
Just
okay.
over 2 months.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And how long does your period as Mayor continue for?
For 1 year.
For 1 year? Yeah.
For 1 year.
And how do you become a Mayor?
A lot of people ask me this question.
Yeah.
7 months ago, I would say I wasn't even looking at a mayoral role at Weston-super-Mare. It happened, I suppose, through a person who said, would you like to be mayor? And then it was proposed at council level and seconded, and I was voted in. Here I am.
And here you are.
Yeah. What can I say? The position has arrived suddenly.
Yes. So you're in shock.
That's right, to a certain degree. As it, I was supposed to have been in as deputy mayor for this year, and as it happened through the May elections, a seat was lost on the person who was standing for mayor.
Okay.
For this year. So
yes.
I was put in straight in as mayor.
As mayor.
Straight in at the deep end.
And of course, there's your wonderful lady mayoress.
Yeah.
You work as a team.
That's right.
Yes. Behind every good man, there's a great woman.
Well, good woman, yeah.
Yes.
Say.
Yes.
And we do work as a team.
Yes. That's obviously very important to you.
Yeah. A lot of people asked, how do you become a mayor? Well, I never thought the little boy on the sands years ago coming to Weston-super-Mare, for a day out.
From where? Where did you come from?
My home is in a place called Santford, which is not far from there. And that's where I was brought up as a young man till I met my wife and came to Weston and lived. But I was born in Weston during the war, so my mother worked for the tobacco people. WHO Wales.
Yes.
In their place of abode, which was in Blagdon.
All right.
She was a maid-in service, so
I think
she had the service from them to have private means to get to a maternity doctor and be looked after, to have her baby, who was me.
Yeah.
What a big baby.
And well, what a big baby.
At the end of the day, yeah.
And she'd be so proud of you.
I would think so. She was alive today.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, how could anyone out there watching become mayor?
You're asking me a question. I think
do you have to be a councillor?
You have to be a councillor first of all. Of
right.
Course you have, yeah. And to get into the politics of being a councillor, you have to be nominated.
Yes.
And then go through procedures where.
What motivated you to become a councillor?
I think in a roundabout way, it was through my daughter, and perhaps it was through a job which I carried out in the civil service, of being sort of somebody who was retiring shortly and still wanted something to do, and
yes,
I took on sort of a political role.
Right. Okay. So your family sort of encouraged you to go for that.
Way, yeah. I've got a daughter who is a councillor.
I see.
Also
in North Somerset. Yes.
In the South Ward. Near the ward. In the ward that I reside in.
Yes.
And as a team, I think we do quite well.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
We're a minority in the political role of the town council, but there again, once you're nominated for your area, that's what you concentrate on, and trying to keep things rolling within that area.
Yes.
to what your electorate wants.
And you were councillor for which ward?
The South Ward.
For South Ward.
Which is this
yes.
ward we're in now.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, fabulous. So you've come from a civil service background.
Yeah.
And how long were you in the civil service?
About 14 years.
14 years.
15 years.
Okay, yeah. And do you think that stood you in good stead for your role as a councillor?
I think so.
Yes.
It was, life is one big learning curve.
Absolutely.
And, you find that you have not problems, I don't call them problems, I call them, I call things challenges. You know, you've got a challenge in life.
Yes.
And you go through life doing that. You know, you bring up your children. It's a challenge to bring them up.
Yes.
You know, and everything you do in life is a challenge, really. The direction you take yourself is one big challenge.
Which part of being mayor so far, it's only been a short time, but what part of being mayor have you enjoyed most? Does anything sort of stand out in your mind?
Not really. It's an honour.
An honour.
To do the role as a mayor.
Yes, to represent the town.
The town itself.
Right.
And what you do in that role is promote the town, you know, within the town with its businesses, hotels, restaurants, and, you know, and your visitors you have, you know, you greet them in the best way you can if you're around town, and you get to be known. The role I like really is really promoting the town to the best of my ability.
Yes. And how do you do that, Mr. Mayor?
I think, you know, by talking to people, saying where you come from, and talking to, you know, perhaps dignitaries who ask you questions when you go to, you know, you're invited to their you know, civic roles that they do outside the town, and it all comes into place, you know. It's one learning curve for me. And
yes, absolutely.
But I stand for my town.
Yes, good.
Definitely.
So for someone who's never been to Weston, never seen Weston, never even heard of Weston...
Well, I say come here straight away, you know.
And why should they come to Weston?
Well, there's an iconic pier here now, which is
world famous.
World famous, and I don't think there's a replica of it anywhere at the moment. It's and that has been promoted and through a
it's wonderful, isn't it?
Pier, you know,
yes.
Which was sad.
Did you see that happening?
Oh yes, seen that on the TV, and I had the phone calls come in straight away that the pier was that early that morning.
Yeah.
And it was devastating.
Yes.
But I think
it was.
The man and the businessman who bought it has done a marvellous job.
Fabulous job, yes, yeah. So what else would you tell people to come to Weston for?
Well, of course, the enhancement of the sea defences, that is very good, I think.
The seafront.
Yeah, and you know, the architecture there.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Blended in quite well.
Yeah.
And I think it's, you know, it's a marvellous job.
What would you tell them about the residents of Weston?
Friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are friendly here.
Yes.
People come here through all walks of life. Old age pensioners, I think it's a good stopping place for a coach of, you know, travellers in the summer. You know, the town is expanding.
Yes.
In its own right.
Yes.
And I think with modern times, you've got to expand to you know, promote business.
To cater for everybody. Yes.
And the pier used to be a seasonal thing, and that now has become...
That's true.
You know, it's become an all-year-round event.
Absolutely,
you know,
yeah.
It's enclosed, it's a lovely venue.
It's fabulous.
But we're also having a snow dome.
Yes.
I think it's going to be here with...
This is very exciting.
This could be exciting, you know.
Very exciting, yeah. Do you ski?
I don't. No, I think I'll break a leg if I did that.
We wouldn't want that. No, absolutely not. No.
I think I'd stay off the skis.
Oh, fabulous. So, has there been anything that you found difficult so far in your role as mayor? Any great challenges or things that you'd like to maybe change when you finish your role as in your role as mayor? You know, any
I haven't really looked at that.
No, okay.
Actually.
That's fine.
I'm a man that sort of takes each day at a time. And,
yes.
And I think I'll look back on the experience as mayor.
Absolutely.
Especially, you know, within the role of being a councillor as well.
Yes.
Because that is, you know, that is, what shall I say, not an honourable role, but it's a role that you know, that you take in to sort of looking at the care you've sort of looked at over the community that you.
Well, it is an honour to be a councillor, isn't it? Because you're representing the people. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Representation of, you know, looking after your little patch.
Yes.
I think, you know, comes really first before anything else. And,
yes.
In a roundabout way, you've got to be careful how you present yourself in some circumstances, you know, because things could work, you know, against you as well as for you. So
in the sense of,
well, your obligation to what you can do and what you can't do.
As a councillor.
As a councillor.
Okay.
Because as a town councillor, we're a parish and we work within North Somerset. So your views on that, if they become political, could upset, you know, more than your own little political encampment that you're in, you know, the parish, it could have a wider effect. So,
right, okay.
You know,
so there's repercussions. You have to be very clear on the boundary lines.
It could be. I think you've got to think carefully of what you're saying.
You don't go into the role as of councillor if you're of a timid nature, do you?
I don't think so.
No.
No, I think you stand back, take everything in, and then you've got to think of your words before you speak them. And I think in counselling, it's not so much having the power or holding power. It's, in a way, it's the power of persuasion to get things done. You know, you've got to be the person to say, well, you know, can you do this for me, or put this right for, you know, someone who's in a bit of trouble, and fend for people and channel them in the right direction. You know? And I think
and surely it's about the power should actually be with the people, the community, the local community. Yeah, and you're a voice piece.
Well, of course it is.
Yeah.
Because without that, you don't have any power in any case.
Absolutely.
You know, and I don't call it power.
No.
I call it an obligation to the people who's elected you.
So you're serving.
That's right.
Yeah. As your mother did.
As my mother.
As you said. Yeah. So do you get to keep the chains afterwards?
Oh no. No. I had a little chappie come up to me the other day, and he said, "What is that round your neck, mister?" He said, because he didn't know anything about them. I said, "Oh, my medals you're talking about. You know, lots of medals." "Oh, are they?" he said, you know. And of course, he was a young lad, a bit naive of what the mayor was.
Yeah.
He'd seen all these chains.
Yeah.
It was an honour to wear them.
Yes.
And see the, you know, different people's and different children's faces light up.
Yes.
Too.
How would you inspire a young person that maybe they can one day be mayor of their town or a councillor to represent the community?
Well, first of all, I say you've got to be good at school.
Work hard.
Young person, you know, you're talking about a very young person. Work hard, stay steady, you know, keep your parents happy, get perhaps into a political ring, you know, which you've got to do to become a councillor, and then you may become mayor. But I think to become a mayor, you know, once in your lifetime is an honour that you won't be able to repeat very well.
It obviously means a lot to you to be carrying this official title and this honour right now for this.
Well, also,
in this
also
2011, the year before the Olympics.
That's right.
Yeah.
And of course, we had a princess visit the town.
Yes. Did you meet her?
We met her.
Yes.
She spoke to us twice, actually.
Yes.
She spoke to the mayoress more than she spoke to me.
Well, of course.
Perhaps she didn't like me, perhaps, I don't know.
I'm sure she did.
There you go. She had a long talk with the mayoress.
Yes.
And she said about, you know, you know, up-and-coming attraction, which was presented to her. She visited Weston over the years.
Yes.
And she could see the improvements here, which she...
Great. She made a note of.
Yeah, she commented on them quite strongly.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Are you a bit of a royalist? Would you say?
Always liked the royal family.
Mm.
Yes, I am. I would think
I'm
100% royalist, more than a politician or anything like that. It's a traditional thing, royal family, and being mayor is a traditional
Absolutely, yes.
So that was for king and country.
Yes.
The mayoral role was to collect taxes.
Ah.
In the old days.
Do you still do that?
I pay them.
Yeah.
Yes, I am really excited for the next 9 months.
Yes.
Perhaps, to what, and hopefully the coming 9 months will be like the past 3 months.
Exciting. Fabulous. Well, Mr. Mayor, thank you for coming in to Coffee with the Councillor this morning.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So it's goodbye from Coffee with the Councillor for today. Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to email your questions to the address below. Thank you and goodbye. Thanks again.